Hello everyone, so welcome to the EDP explanation, and then this is Shah, your ICBOD data coordinator, and in this video I'll help you explaining a little bit about how exactly the EDP is going to work for this semester. So back then the EDP is mainly the tools for ensuring whether you are on the right track or not, and this time, we want to make the EDPs really useful for you. It's not only to fulfilling your minimums as ECB chair or MCR, but also we are expected that this tool can help you tracking all projects that you gonna implementing for the whole one semester for your plenary. And then a little bit disclaimer, the current EDP that we're gonna launch, it is something different compared to the previous one. So if there is any unclear information, please feel free to approach your OD coaches, or like you can simply go to the network coordinator if your OD coach does not respond for you, not give you any response. So shall we start? Once you receive the EDP, your OD coach will ask you about who's gonna access your EDP, who will fill it, who will update it, something like that. So please make sure that you provide all information, all details, all emails of the person that gonna updating the EDP. For example, if the EDP is not only updated by the ECB chair, but it's also gonna update it by the ECB team leader, please inform the OD coaches so they can input their email into it, because like if it's not registered, they might be not able to update the EDP itself. So please make sure that's the first thing that you need to pay attention with. Moving on, once you receive it, you will find like 7 tab, but there's a few tab hidden because like it's gonna implement it in the second semester. That will consist of cover, entity overview, suggestion OKR, EDP for the first semester. The EDP for the second semester will be hidden. OKR overview, and then ECB Culture Structure, and also the quality check. So what exactly each tab means and how it's gonna work for you. I'm gonna break it down one by one, so it's not gonna be complex for you. First, let's talk about cover. What you're gonna find in cover is like the name of your entity, and then down a little bit there's a term information, which is you need to fill when was your term started and when will your term ended in the yellow cell. So this is the info. This too is the information that you need to fill. Please make sure to provide information by the date, month, and also the year. And moving down a little bit, you will find a guideline about what you're gonna find in the EDP. So if you're confused about where to go, where you can find this information, where should you start, something like that, you can simply go to the cover and then try to understand, try to read the information provided here, because like we try to provide you information what exactly each tab gonna consist on, so you are not gonna lose, and then you knew which tab that you need to open when you are need to find something or when you want to do something. And also, you can find all the link to resources that we provided and also link to the forms that you need to know. Like for example, for the resources, you can find ECB Global Contact List, ECB Responsible, ECB Performance Dashboard, and so on. And also, you can also find the forms, the link to the forms and the other things such as the justification forms, ICB surface feedback, and also the ECB calendar. This is the things new, which is like we provide you in important notes because sometimes you might be confused what when will be exactly the date. You can justify your absence when you need to update the EDP and also how you can reach us. We provide you a small explanation here, so please kindly read it first before you go to another tab. And also, sometimes you might be facing any issues, whatever it is. And if it's related to the unclear information or instruction, feel free to approach your OD coach. Meanwhile, if you found out there's an incorrect data information, go to OD data operation, which is MOHAP. And if you have any problem with the access, you can come to me for the access. So this 3% is the one that you can approach, and then please, if they are not approaching you, like if the OD coach not approaching you, you can feel free to come to the network coordinator, and then if Mohab is not responding, you can come to me directly. Okay. This is all for the cover, and we're gonna move on to the next step, which is the entity overview. So, moving on to the entity overview, what exactly the entity overview is? This is something that you might be familiar in development index, which is the analytic tab for each region, but this time this is the analytic of your entity. And this is the tab where you can see, where you can check how the chair or MCR performs, which is somehow affecting the result in GI. So let's break it down. First, the entity overview. Basically, we're collecting the data from the ECB performance dashboard. So if you want specific thing, whether you are submitted or not, justifying or not, present or attend, something like that, you can go to the ECB performance dashboard and then check all the status there. But here you can all you can see is only the percentage and also has the overall performance of your chair or MCR. You can find your entity here. There's a current performance status, which is that's showing how's your chair or MCR status in terms of performance. Are they really accomplished the minimums that they need to accomplish, or like are they really submitting something that they need to submit for that month or not? So this is the performance status, which is that gonna be updated monthly, and this information it will be consist of data per 2025 from January until December. All you can see, you can find the percentage of performance, percentage of EDP achieved, performance level, cluster based on DI. So in the percentage of performance, that will be consist of the average from percentage of touch point and also percentage of submission. So if you notice in the ECB performance dashboard, there is a month which is consists of percentage. From that we can get the information, and then we extract it to your EDP to ensuring that you understand how well your implementation or your execution in terms of fulfilling the minimums. And then percentage of EDP achieved is like the percentage, like how many achieved plan that you had achieved by this month compared to the plan that you were planned for that month. So please make sure that when you are filling the EDP, you really think carefully about what's gonna happen for this month, what's gonna happen for the upcoming months, and then you put the right value because like that's gonna implement affecting the percentage of the EDP achievement. Moving on to the performance level, similar with this, but this will be updated monthly. And then this part, this gonna be tracking your record, how's the performance level for each month. So let's say in January you are in the outstanding part, but in February you might be on the below standard, something like that. So this is gonna tracking your performance per month, and with this information, we are hopefully it can help you to figure it out which deliverables that you are hardly catching up, which is affecting your performance level. A little bit down, you will find the cluster based on DI, which is we're not gonna put any clusterization for the DI that we will launch in the for the quarter 4 in 2024. This will be mainly will be the clusterization for your entity during the 2025. So that's the reason why you are not gonna find the clusterization from the previous DI, which is that we just currently launch, but this will be something that for the upcoming DI. And another thing's new is like rank of your entity. So you might be wondering the current state of your entity compared to your region or compared to the global. So how is it? How's your performance compared to another chair in your region and also compared to the global? You will see your ranking here. This is a ranking for the region, then this is your ranking for global. And then moving on a little bit, you will find a visualization for touch points, submission, and also EDP achieved. Like I said before, for the performance, we got the data from the average from touch point and also submission. And from this, you will see how well no how's implementation of the minimums or like deliverables, are you achieve it or not per month for each touch point. This is the visualization chart will be showing here. Meanwhile, this is for the submission, whether you are submitting the ECB Academy, ICB survey, and other submission that are showing in the ECB dashboard performance. And this will be the percentage of EDP achieved, whether how many percent that you are achieving EDP for each month. So please make sure that you are mapping out at least one action step for 1 month for each one, because like if you are not putting any action in the specific month, your percentage will be low because like you are achieving nothing. There's no value on it. Moving down a little bit for the last block is like consists of the performance per quarter. Strike in 2025, EDP for the first semester and also EDP for the second semester. For the performance per quarter, as you can see, you can find information like how many percent that you have performed for the key 1 until key 4. And then if you see there is a up button and the down button. What does it mean? That's a comparison of your performance compared to the previous quarter. As you can see in the key 1, you cannot find anything about the button, right? Because we cannot compare your performance with the previous quarter. And this symbol is just showing starting from the key 2, which is we will comparing how well you are in the key 1 compared to the current quarter. Just that's gonna showing like this, like if you perform well compared to the previous quarter, it's gonna be showing up. But if you are slightly down or like missing something, forget submitting something, it will be decreasing your percentage of performance, and then it's the status will be showing down. It means like there is some decreasing percentage of your performance compared to the previous quarter. Moving on to the strike in 2025, this is gonna be only how many strike that you gonna receive during 2025 per quarter. It's not per month, but the data will be only showing for per quarter. And then this is the EDP for the first semester, and then the EDP for the second semester. As you can see, there is a TVA target versus achieve, and then it's gonna showing you how well you are doing in terms of implementation of the EDP per quarter. So let's say you are planning something in a key one, and then how many of the action that you are planning to achieve by the end of the key one, and it's also happened for the key two until key four. Suggestion OKR. In the OKR suggestion, as you can see, this is something new, which is this is the support that the ICB can provide to you, which is we notice some of you feeling like lost and don't know what exactly the objective that you need to put, what kind of key result that you can put, and also even struggling to define the action step that you can put for your EDP. And this part, this is the support from the ICB to you, which is we provided a few objective, key result, and also action that you can use, or you can adapt if it's something that not really suitable for your entity, but you figure out, okay, this is something that adaptable, or you can adjust it. Feel free to use it, and then we just want to make you not feeling lost when you are trying to mapping out what's gonna happen for the whole one semester in for your team, and then to ensuring that you can not only fulfilling the minimum as the ECB chair on or the MCR, but also really implementing the project that can support your entity to grow. This is the new looks of the EDP, which is first a little bit disclaimer. I'm gonna split it out the explanation between one part. This is gonna be the second part that I'm gonna explain it, and this will be the last part that we're gonna discuss. And then before you starting mapping out what exactly the objective, key result, and also action tab, this is the concept that you need to keep in mind. First, in this EDP, we want you to set three focuses, which is what are the main battle, what are the main strategy, what are the main objective that you want to accomplish by the end of your term, which is like it's gonna be by the end of first semester. And then you need to decide those three. But to make it simple for you, we provided the first objective, which is like compliance with the ECB minimums as the first objective. And then all you need to do is like thinking, put your thought about what's gonna be the address objective that you want to implement. And then the reason why the first objective is already decided because compliance with the ECB minimum is something that you need to do. And this is something stated in the APIP, which is there's a minimums that you need to fulfill as a ECB chair or ECB MC ECB responsible. And this is something that not negotiable, but the things like you can decide it what the key result and also the action step. And then for the rest too, you can have a project one, a project two. That's what we put there, because we notice some of you might feel struggling deciding what you're gonna put on EDP if the EDP itself is not allowing you to tracking the process or like the project that you have for your entity. And then how you can decide it which project that's suitable for you to put in EDP. So this is a slightly advice for you. You can decide it by this. For the project one, you can put the objective that is something that you want to implementing it for your internal ECB team. Meanwhile, for the project two, that was gonna be something that you can implementing it, which is gonna affecting the support that you provided to your plenary. Or what if my entity didn't have the ECB team? It's just only me as an MCR or like as a ECB chair and then nothing else. If that really happened, all you can do is like for the first project, you can mapping out how the synergy can happen, like how the execution of education that can be happen in in your plenary, which is that was something also crucial for you. And then the second one can be something how you can ensuring all the project, like all the support that you provided to your plenary is really works. Is really what they need. That can be something like that. The first one will be mainly for the synergy with the national team. Meanwhile, the second project is something that you want to provide it to your plenary. Or like that's gonna be up to you how you want to mapping out. Like for example, I don't think I want to make something for my ECB team. So for me, that's gonna be project one. What can I do for my national team with my national team, and also for the project two, what can I do for my plenary? That's totally fine because that's your right to decide it. What focuses that you want to bring out and what focus that focus needs to be executed by the end of the semester. And then that's the first thing. This is slightly different compared to the previous EDP because like all you need to do is like find the key result action and also put the target, and then you need to update it the achieve value by maximum by the end of the month. So at here you can find you have the objective already, and then you need to decide it what's gonna be the goals or like the key result that you wanted. And if you're clueless, like I said before, you can go to the suggestion OKR and then choose whatever it is. Like for example, I'm gonna choose this one because like and this is something that not negotiable for my entity, and then I'm gonna put it here. And this is how it's gonna look like once you are filling it. It's gonna automatically the color and the action will change automatically into yellow. And starting from this, all you need to do is like filling all information in the yellow cell. Like for example, I'm using this as the first action for this key result. And then once it's done, you need to fill the frequency starting then at that line. So when you're trying to click plan or achieve or percentage of progress, it's not gonna work because like it's not something on a as a yellow cell. So please keep in mind all you need to do is just like filling all the things in a yellow cell. And then let's say the frequency is gonna be semesterly because like the ICB audit's gonna happen semester. And then the starting date will be, let's say, put February 13, 2025. And also the deadline will be February 15, 2025. So as you can see here, if you're putting starting date and also the deadline, and turns out the numbers of the days left is already minus, it means like this is will be a reminder. This action step is not even done yet, even though it's already passed for 4 days from the deadline that you are set. Okay, so what you're gonna do is just like you need to ensuring all the things still on track, and then you need to keep it mind when you are trying to mapping out the deadline. And then you might be questioning, okay, we have five, no, it's six action that we need to fill. Is there any minimums? The answer is there's no minimums, but you are required to fill all of this action because like this is something that will help you the most when you are trying to measure how well no how far is how's the percentage or like how's the progress to make sure that you are achieving the specific goals. And if you're missing only one, this is something not it's like something missing in your action. And then how you can think to make sure that all the action is really, I mean, like you can complete or you can fill all the action on it. That is simply like this. This is how you can do for the action. Since the ICB audit check is something happens semesterly, so let's say for this, for the first action until the third actions, I'm gonna fill it for something that I'm gonna do for the first quarter, and then for the fourth action until the sixth action is something that I'm gonna do for the second quarter. With that issues, like let's say every quarter have 1 month, so at least every month I have one action that I need to execute it. Or if you're thinking, okay, since AC have a two key result, which is like I can put this for something for the key one. Meanwhile, this will be the goals for this second quarter, because like you need to remember that when you are planning the EDP, this is something that you're gonna bring for a whole semester, not only for a quarter but a whole semester. And if you're not achieving this by the end of the quarter that you decided, it will be affecting the percentage of your EDP. Okay. And then please keep in mind that this is the reminder, and just ignore the blue one, because like this is something that your ICB responsible gonna do. And moving on to this part, this is something new, because like you don't need to, what was it, changing status here or like putting any values here, but you need to go through the column on the right side, which is, as you can see, this is the data for the target and achieve for the first quarter, and then this gonna be for the second quarter. So what you're gonna do, all you need to do is like putting the value on the planet number. Let's say, check the current AC tool and have the command 1 week before deadline. And then you notice that based on the previous ICB audit check, you are struggling with a lot of documents. So before it's happened, let's say on February, you are asking two documents to check to your auditor, and then during March, you are asking another two documents, your auditor to check it. And on April, since this is only for the submission, so you're gonna put zero, because like there's nothing on it. So with that being issue, even though it's zero, you need to fill it. And then since nothing's gonna happen on this second quarter, you can simply put 000. This is the things that you need to put the value, even though it is zero, because like if it's not zero, um the column will detect that's a blank, which is that will be showing something error, and then it's gonna affecting your EDP percentage. So please, even though it's zero, just put it as a O. Okay. And then every month, by the end of the month, you are responsible to update the EDP. Just only updating the value without touching anything. Let's say that's indeed you are asking a pre-audit check, like asking your auditor to checking the documents like twice. And then on March you also did that. And then on April you also did that. See? This is how you're gonna updating it. And then turns out during the process you notice that there's a resubmission that you need to submit. And then on May, turns out you're asking a one document, or once in a one time you're asking your ICB auditor to check the document for the resubmission. Even though you are not planning it, you can feel free to put it one day, and then you can put 0 on it. So no worries. This is something common, because like for some action you might be filling out, I think that's not gonna happen for the upcoming quarter, but turns out that's also happens. That moment is happened at the time. And another things, you don't need to worry about this part, because like this, once you gotta have the O2O in the second quarter with your OD coaches, you will reviewing the EDP for the first quarter, and then you will trying to adjust the value for the second quarter. So but the thing is like that might be adjustable some action, and some action might not be adjustable. So please make sure once you are putting the action, keep in mind that this is gonna happen in the first quarter, second quarter, or like it's gonna happen in a both quarter. And also, please consider about the value that you want to put, because this is something that you need to think realistically and not gonna ruin out your performance of the EDP. And then that's how it is. And if you're wondering, so since the EDP will be consisting of data for a whole one semester, where can I know how well my performance is for each quarter? So on the top, there is specific information for each quarter, which is this is how well you are did in the quarter one, and this is something for the number, the amount of the action that you are planned in the key one, and this is the action that you are achieving in the key one, and this is also something for the key two too. So you can take a look from it. And also, this is the percentage, like the progress for each objective, which is the minimums will be consist of A, C, C, S, and OD. Meanwhile, the project will be only for the project one and project two, which is this something that the other focus that you need to think. And then, yeah, that's how it is. Okay, this is something new from us, because like what we noticed that the calendar part is not really helpful for you, so we are trying to change it into something that can help you mapping out your focus about what you're gonna do for every month. And that here, as you can see, first the things that you need to do is like, do you prefer to keep the action that already done? Like you need to choose yes or no, because like if you're choosing yes, all action that counted as a done, it will be gone. But if you are choosing yes, it's gonna be keep it here, but the color will be somehow faded. This is how it's gonna look like. So as you can see, with the compliance, no, in the compliance with the ECB minimums, there's an area KR number in action that you are putting on the EDP first semester, and also the starting date, due date, there's a status. And since we putting two actions in the AC area, it is showing AC is a key on number one, and also this is the action that I'm putting on the EDP. This is the timeline, this is the counting date, and also the status. And then since I'm choosing yes, let's say it achieved 220 000. Since you updating the value of the achieved value here, it's gonna change the status part automatically, and the counting days will gone. And then if you go to the OKR overview, since I keep it yes, because I just want to know whether which action that I already put as a done or not, which one is done and which one is not done. Like I said before, is it gonna keep it here, but the colors a little bit faded compared to the one that you need to work on. But if I'm choosing no, the action that are done, the action with the done status will be automatically gone from the board. So you not need to confuse whether which one that you want to focus, which one that you already done. This is your preferences. That's the reason why we are giving you any option, which style that you wanted. Moving on to the ECB Culture and Structure. So this is something same with the previous EDP, which is you need to provide information about the ECB names, vision, values, entity roll calls, and please provide a sort of the entity reality, because this is something that you can discuss with your OD coaches during the second O2O when you're starting the second quarter. In that way you can have a comparison data about for the strength, is it still a strength of your entity? If meanwhile for the weaknesses, is it something improve? Are there something improvement happens, or like is it still same? And then in that case, is your OD coach can support you to ensuring how you can improve the weaknesses part, and then it's not gonna showing up again for the upcoming semester. And also, this will be the structure of your team. Please don't forget to fill it out. And for the quality check, this is the last step for the EDP, which is this gonna be explained by the CS team. So please don't forget to attend the CS call because they're gonna explain it to you. I think that's all for the EDP explanation. Like I said before, if you encounter any problem and it's related to the unclear instruction, you can feel free go to your OD coach or network coordinator. And then if it's something related to the incorrect data, the information is not showing in the EDP, something like that, you can feel free go reach out the OD data operation, which is Mohab. And if there is any issues related to the access, you can come to me directly. I think that's all for the EDP explanation, and hopefully this tool is really could help you improving the services that you can provide to your plenary, and also can help you to mapping out the focus for the one semester. And then hope you have a good time. Good luck for your journey and see you in another occasion. Bye bye.